Ben?
It's Talking Ben, guys. He's in the movie. Ben? So I was asked to review 8 Crazy Nights for the upcoming holidays, which on the one hand is a good idea, but then again, it does mean, I'll have to watch 8 Crazy Nights. And I know it's supposed to be one of the worst Adam Sandler films, so I'm not looking forward to it at all. In general, that man is very divisive in whether you like him or not. He's kind of like the Marmite of actors. You either love him or hate him. What do I think of him? Well, I'm the very special snowflake who has a different opinion. But in all honesty, I'm not really a fan of his films in general, but on the occasion he can really get it right, to be fair. I've always liked Billy Madison for how absurd that movie is, and also for this incredibly iconic line.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
And for the more quote-unquote art house movies, I thought that he was incredible in Punch Drunk Love. In that movie he was perfectly cast, especially for his over-the-top reactions and physical comedy. And I guess it shows he is a good actor when put under the right circumstances. Don't kill me guys, but I still haven't got round to watching Uncut Gems. It does look incredible though. This channel is focused more on animated films, so I guess we'll review his animated film. The other one. I said the other one. No, I meant the— fuck this. Leo was another Adam Sandler film which is on Netflix, and from the first glance, yeah, this really does scream straight to Netflix. Is it just me? Or does this movie's poster look like one of the fake AI posters? Is this shit even real? Am I dreaming right now? I've never even seen a fucking trailer for this movie. What's even weirder is that this movie is somewhat liked by general audiences. Like, the review scores aren't the best, and I don't think anyone's trying to claim that it's a masterpiece. But at the same time, no one's really hating on it. And it had a budget of— oh right, it's not public. It was probably a tax write-off then. And it has a good cast. But then again, Adam Sandler always gets a bunch of his friends in his movies. That's the whole thing with him. He does films so he can go on holiday with his friends. But this one is animated, so you can't really say it for this one. Well, at the end of the day, this has made this movie very intriguing for me. I genuinely have no idea if I'm going to like it or not. I'm rooting for this film. I really am, and I hope I enjoy it. Well, there's only one way to find out if I like it, and that's by watching the damn thing. So without further ado, let's see if Leo is the next Toy Story. So of course it's a Happy Madison production, and yeah, straight away we can see that the animation is cheap. Very cheap. It does scream Netflix TV show level. Movies from the 2000s look better than this. I'm not hating, to be honest, I'm just confused. The Hotel Transylvania films are known for their vibrant slapstick animation. They aren't peak cinema or anything, but for Adam Sandler to leave them for this just seems like a step backwards. So anyway, it starts off with— wait, what the fuck?
Last year of elementary school, last year of being a kid.
Shut up, why are you Shut up! Why are you singing? Since when was Leo a musical? How did the curtains open? So the story centres around the class pet Leo, who was obviously voiced by Adam Sandler.
I'm out of toes and fingers. What else can I count with?
I tell you, but there's kids around.
He is a 74-year-old Tuatara, who is having an end-of-life crisis. While this is happening, the kids in the class are annoyed because their teacher is pregnant, so she gets replaced by a grouchy substitute. Throughout the film, Leo reveals to all the students that he can talk, and he eventually fixes their problems. The premise alone is not what I expected, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I was expecting a buddy road trip movie with this one, with Adam Sandler and Bill Burr going to the outside world, but it's not really that at all, and I really didn't expect him to be able to talk to the kids. It actually makes no sense, by the way. Surely they would have heard him at the start. But yeah, because the story's like this, the pacing is very off with this movie. It looks the part of a Netflix TV series, and I think they should have done that. The whole movie is just Leo going to the students' homes, they eventually like him, and then it's on to the next student. That's basically the whole movie, so I wasn't bored out of my mind or anything, but it does drag quite a bit. And about the songs from earlier, it is strange that the whole movie is a musical. The songs last like 2 seconds anyway, and they are very forgettable. It also beefs up the runtime, which should have been cut, and it just comes off as out of place filler. I guess what stops me from hating this film is the story, which on the other hand is quite different to a lot of animated films, which I can respect, and also the performances, which are quite good. Sandler's old voice annoyed me at the start, to be fair, but I was used to it about halfway through the movie. The humour is another thing that is strange in this movie. The whole movie is strange, to be honest. A good few jokes did have my eyes rolling, but on the other hand there are a few that are quite funny. There are stuff like smoking references in this kids film,
Going to Westlake next year?
My cousin said there's a kid who smokes there.
which makes me think that this movie is tonally confused a bit. At least with the SpongeBob movie it's more of an innuendo, like what is the joke here?
Most of you have been going to this school for 5 years, some of you 7.
This joke doesn't really work because the delivery on the teacher is off, and the joke is just rushed. And this really confuses me, because they do the same joke but better later on.
You are going to leave 5th grade with discipline, or you are never going to leave 5th grade.
And I just realised, the teacher's name is Miss Salvia, which is quite fucked up in a kids film, holy shit. And Bill Burr makes a cock joke.
I was talking about his...
But don't worry guys, they top that joke in how fucked up this movie can be.
Hey! At least buy me dinner first!
No, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is a real scene in the movie. And how about this joke with the robot that completely shuts down the kid who won't stop talking?
We can shoot rubber bands at her, throw gummies at her, glue her to her chair.
Please take me off this chat.
We'll just watch movies all day.
Yeah, like the one where the little kid sees the fortune-telling machine and turns into Tom Hanks, and then he dances on the piano thing, and now I'm forgetting the name. How weird is that? I know it's like a short name because when I saw it on a poster,
Big. Please take me off this chat.
It's so absurd that I can't help but laugh. The kid who owns the robot has a few funny moments to be fair, and this film was really trying, which I can commend. I just love how he sighs in utter defeat because his parents make his life a living hell.
Eli, now! You need 3 hours to digest your food before bed.
And then this movie does the thing that Chicken Little and Wally do, where there is real people in the movie. It's just so off-putting, especially with the animation. And there's a bit of reference humour, which you know I love, and this movie references Walking on the Sun and Smash Mouth in a 2023 kids animated film.
He memorized all the words to Walking on the Sun. Smash Mouth?
What is happening? And one of the kids' dads is so incredibly out of pocket.
I gotta say, I thought you were some kind of a twisted animal. A rabid, bitter bag of mothballs foaming at the mouth.
That's, my stomach. I better go.
She's not gonna make it.
He's such an asshole, which makes it so funny. I guess this is the type of humour that works in some of the Adam Sandler comedies. It's just amusing to see these crazy over-the-top characters saying and doing things that you wouldn't expect. And then we have what I think is the best joke in the movie, where the kid from the Bronx, whose only personality trait is that he is indeed from the Bronx, says this.
Hey, I'm from the Bronx. I've been driving since I was 8.
So as you can tell, this whole experience is quite a mixed bag, and I could have left this movie relatively hate-free. That was until they realised that it's an animated movie. And so of course they have to do a fucking liar reveal. This was like a shot in the heart to me. I can't believe that they were doing this to me. Why, Leo, why? It's also one of the most bullshit liar reveals I think I've ever seen. It makes no sense. The lie is that Leo says to every kid that he only talks to them, and that they are so special. But it comes out as a lie, so we get this boring ass filler for about 20 minutes. You were doing so well in the way that you were not being like other animated films. And as I said before, the film does look cheap, but it doesn't look offensively bad. I mean, apart from the way they show the younger kids. Why did they do this? That's nightmare fuel. And after the credits, there is some storyboard animation, which looks way more stylized and frankly better than the final product. It makes me wish that this was 2D animated. Speaking of Wish, this movie is way better than Wish. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's honestly true. Disney's 100-year anniversary film was not as good as the Adam Sandler Netflix film. Let that sink in. And at least with this movie, the animation doesn't look unfinished. It looks cheap for sure, but at least you know what you're getting with this. I guess the moral of the story for both of them is to make 2D films again. Please. So yeah, Leo is honestly not a bad film, but it's not good either. It's a very strange movie, with a very weird structure and pacing, but there are a few good jokes scattered around, and the performances are on the whole pretty good. It's not first class junk, not in 100 years. It is however one of the most weird animated films I've seen, I'm sure some people will like this one, and because it's so different I sort of recommend it to people, so they can judge it for themselves. That's it from me guys, thanks for watching.